From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hey there, I'm John St. John, and you are watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We are talking about 2026's brand new movie out last week, The End of Oak Street. Now, if you kind of followed our channels, you would have probably seen us facepalm at this movie. And we're going to explain that.
One of us facepalmed.
You emphasized the facepalm.
But also, one of us wanted to just bring attention to the fact that we caught you out in the wild for your birthday. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was out in the wild. Very early on my birthday. Because somebody wanted to hang out.
Look.
And go see a movie that we had very low expectations for, and it still ended up sucking worse than that.
Okay. Yes, but out of the two of us, which one of us picked the movie time?
We had to.
And which one of us showed up late?
Okay, that was my bad. Dyslexia kicks in at the worst times. It's like that joke that never mind, I'm not gonna... Nope, Not today, Satan.
No. Satan's trying to go to bed.
But you're on the podcast with me. How is that possible?
I didn't say it was me. There's another Satan that lives in this house.
Will?
No.
Which, speaking of Will, we are going to have our D23 episode next week, when I finally have a chance to go through absolutely everything that was released. There was that much.
Yeah, there was that much, and not really that much released. Most of it was a rehash of the last couple of years and just updates.
Yeah, updates to their updates, basically. But we will do that next week. But Susie, before we get into End of Oak Street, like we do every single week, let's bring up those beautiful box office reports. Spider-Man, are you surprised?
No.
70.7 million, bringing it almost a domestic total of $800 million. Odyssey still comes home in that second spot with 23.6 to have a domestic of a $505 million. And then, hey, look, it's End of Oak Street. $21 million domestically.
That's actually not bad.
Well, just as it sits right now, worldwide, it's only at 60.3. It took $87 million to make the movie.
And it's sitting at what worldwide?
60.3.
So it's probably going to make back its money, plus some.
Not much. They were expecting a lot for this movie.
Maybe. I have a question for you before we get to End of Oak Street.
Okay, well, Paw Patrol is in fourth. The Paw Patrol, the Dino movie, 20.2. And then Cat's Eye Wild Hearts, 3.9. So, yeah.
Will I be watching the Paw Patrol movie? Yes. Will I be watching it in the theaters? No.
I can just imagine all the youngsters, all the little ones.
Look, my kid is good. She'll sit through like a TV show now. Sometimes she'll sit through a movie, but she's still a little too little for the movie theater.
Yeah, a little bit.
But she loves Paw Patrol, so.
Paw Patrol, that's all I know.
Speaking of my kid, because currently her favorite show is Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
Yep.
Can you give us your honest review of Spider-Man because I know you've seen it. I know I haven't, but I'm okay with spoilers.
So
So can you?
I'm gonna cut this because this is great. Um, hmm. It was a great movie. It was a fun movie. We saw it at Cinemark in the D boxes. That it felt like I was on Soarin' basically while the movie was going on. But my one issue, I know people are giving it 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s. I'm gonna give it back to a 7. My one issue is that an hour in the movie they have a full out climax, like to the point where you think the movie is over, and it feels like that. And then it like
Okay.
dips all the way back down and then rebuilds it to the finish. Great movie, great storytelling, but the pacing for me, and I know I've said this a lot, it wanted me to fall asleep after that first initial ending. And if a movie does that, I have to knock a couple points off. Because it got, holy crap, what just happened to, what are they doing now? But I'll
I
give
can
it
understand
I'll
that.
give it a 7. The acting was phenomenal, the writing's phenomenal. I just would have figured to not have that huge cliff. And I know I'm probably in a minority with this, especially with the people on the internet talking about the movie. But it's a good time.
Okay. What did you think of the introduction of Jean Grey?
I was trying for the whole time of this movie to figure out where I've seen her before. She's
Did
from
you?
Stranger Things.
Oh, 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 oh.
I don't watch any trailers if I could avoid it.
AJ,
Yes.
Sadie Sink has been all over the news, all over everything that she was in this movie.
Yeah, and
Like you could not escape
I did. I
anything.
did.
I told you she was an amazing Spider-Man. Like there was literally a conversation between me and you where I told you that she was in this movie.
So I have this really awesome superpower, Susie,
This
to
is not a superpower.
in one ear,
This is not a
out the other.
this is not a superpower.
For me, it's a superpower. I'll take it as a superpower. You can't stop me.
It's not, no.
I'm surprised you guys haven't gone and seen it yet.
Will was supposed to go see it the other day.
Uh-oh.
Um, but he had to make a choice. So and he may or may not have chosen good, but yet to be seen.
Why do I
But
feel like you rolled for it?
he kind of did. He kind of rolled the dice. He was like, it was either buy food or go see Spider Man.
Honestly, I'm happy he chose the right one, but I'm kind of shocked that he chose.
So
Because
yeah, he has to
I
see
would
it.
I would have. I can go a day. I need to go see this movie. I can go a day without eating.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised he chose what he did, but it's okay. I'm okay with his decision. Like whatever. Um, so yeah, it's just we haven't seen it yet, which is fine.
Have you talked
Ooh,
to Paul about it?
no. Oh no, I haven't. Um, but yeah, we'll see it. But I pretty much know the basic plot and everything else about the movie, so I'm like good. Um,
I mean, the Punisher and Spider-Man dynamic in this movie
so
was probably the best part of the movie.
I really think somebody was tripping. So I was on Facebook the other day and there was a woman that posted on Facebook about how this is Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. How can you let the name of God come out of the Punisher's mouth so many times? And
Do you
like it was a
not
whole
know?
spiel. It was literally a whole spiel about it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, ma'am, this is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
That's not the
Not
friendly
the
neighborhood Punisher.
not the friendly neighborhood Punisher, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's get your story straight,
Yeah,
and maybe you should have done some research.
I love John Bernthal as Punisher. I really do.
But it was just so funny because she took her kids to see it, and I was like, one of the first things I told, uh, Deadpool's a great example. one of the biggest things that I've ever told parents is
This isn't your
have an
normal Marvel
aunt,
movie.
have an uncle. You yourself take a date night. Go watch the movie before you decide to let your kids watch the movie. Because then you're not wasting, A, you're not wasting money. And B, you know exactly what your kids are going to be watching. So you can answer any questions that they might have should you choose to let them watch it. Which is why my daughter has never watched anything that I haven't seen,
Very smart. Very smart.
except for Coco Melon, because no,
I don't like a Coco Melon.
I don't either. Somehow she literally turns it on for literally 5 minutes and then turns it right back off again. So I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Since we're talking about kid stuff, you know how Paxton slightly likes the Wiggles? And I'm trying
Yeah.
really hard to get him to like that. I changed the big red car into the big green car with a bunch of different words with the same tune for the three of us. And he's like all in the back seat. I can see his hands just like,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I did something good. Oh, it was the cutest thing today. I'll send you the video from last night with him belly laughing. But this morning I get home. Jess said she wasn't horribly tired, but I'm like, why don't you go upstairs and rest? I have a big day tomorrow night, with the podcast and all this other poo-poo stuff. So I sent her upstairs. He plays for maybe 2 minutes. And then when mommy goes upstairs, he throws a tiny bit of tantrum. And then says, screw it, daddy, pick me up. Puts his head on my chest, and I was like, so are you just gonna...
It is literally the best feeling ever.
And then apparently about 5 seconds later, I did.
Yep.
The next thing I know, it's 10:30, and my wife is, hey, how you guys doing? What time is it?
That sounds accurate.
We go through a
Okay.
wormhole.
So before we get too terribly off track,
We went on the resort monorail to start, and we just went to Epcot. That's how off track we are.
yeah, but now we're getting back on the monorail to go back to the ticket and transfer station, so you can go back to Magic Kingdom.
I feel like you very, very much enjoyed my analogy there. Okay, but
So wait, wait, hold on, I got it better. I got one better. Okay, so we're at Epcot, right?
Okay.
Okay, we've got to make our way through the World Showcase. So we've got to stop for our Ottawa Apple, a drink in England.
I'm gonna tell Ethan you're bullying me. Actually, no. I'd rather you bully me with this one and not the other one.
Make it all the way to the Skyliner, get on and go to Hollywood Studios so that we can talk about our next movie, which involves a dinosaur.
Yeah, but it's not Nessie the dinosaur. Actually, it's Animal Kingdom that had dinosaur.
That had dinosaur, yes. However, Hollywood Studios does have a dinosaur.
Yeah, just the one.
It's just the one.
It's in the lake.
But they had long necks in the movie, so I think it's a good segue.
It did. So, End of Oak Street came out August 14th of this year. The 99-minute movie, very fast movie, had a budget of $87 million, brought home $60.3. It stars Anne Hathaway, Ian McGregor, Maisie Stella, and Christian Penveri. Music by Michael Giacchino, which should know his name by now. And directed by David Robert Mitchell, and produced by J.J. Abrams. And just starting this out, I know we're finally talking about the movie 14 minutes in. Excuse me for a second there. It sucked.
You didn't get the mic close enough. Try again.
It sucked.
There you go.
This movie wanted to be good, and for parts of it
So-
were okay. Like Anne Hathaway and the daughter, I'm guessing that's Maisie. Fantastic.
So I will say that this movie, up until maybe the halfway mark, was good.
I would say it was decent up until we turned it into the Discovery Channel.
No, even that was pretty good.
And if you
Um,
understand that reference or where that is from, you'll understand why I'm saying it.
yeah. Um, it started to go downhill probably, I would say, just after the Discovery Channel
And and
is
my,
really when it started to go downhill.
and I know I said it when we were leaving the movie because for some reason we had to talk about the whole movie in the lobby of the movie theater.
Hi, that's what we do.
Yeah, we say goodbye here, we say goodbye here, we say goodbye by our cars, and we actually go by. Um, but
I also had to steal a headband
Paul,
from Paul because he has a convertible and my hair would have been like "Ugh."
yeah, maybe he would know how you feel after having to eat somebody else's hair. So
It's okay. Next
Anne
Friday,
Hathaway
AJ.
and Maisie, I thought were really good in this movie. I I can't believe I'm saying this about Ian McGregor. And it's probably the writing that they had for his character. I hated his character.
I hated his character when they were sitting up in the like attic area and they were talking about pros and cons and are they going to survive and be realistic and everything else. And that's when I hated his character.
I
Like
hate how
I
he
felt
switched
like
into a Bible thumping father.
that's where I'm going. Like
That was the attic? I thought that was the living room.
that was upstairs, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um
What about our neighbors? They're getting eaten. Where's God for them? God's here for us, though. Shut the
like
fuck
just
up.
all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, all of a sudden you're religious. What are you doing, sir?
I,
Like no. Just no. I liked him up until that point and then I was like, nope, I'm done.
I was, and a little bit of a spoiler here. Uh, jump like 15 or 20 seconds into the future. Um, I was very happy.
That was like 20 minutes into the future.
No, I was telling our audience to just skip.
Oh, okay.
So, but I very
I
much disliked his character, and I thought, again, can't believe I'm saying this about an Ian McGregor character. Um, he took away from how good this movie could have been.
I
She should
hated
have
his
been a
death.
single parent at that point. She was
I
a single
hated
parent.
I hated his death. I hated it so much.
I mean, I thought he knocked out the freaking dinosaur at that point. Like, I was like, oh, we're just gonna let him cold cock a
That's
dinosaur.
that's why I hated his death. It was so there was no jump scare.
It was more of a, huh.
Yeah. It just all of a sudden the dancer grabbed his leg and
And
I don't know.
then guy on Portal Potty from Jurassic Park.
Like literally every other death in this movie was more dinosaur-y than that one.
Honestly, the dinosaurs were pretty good in this movie. They were
I
not.
loved
They were not the problem. They were fun.
Sorry, I got asked a question. Now I have to.
You got asked a question. Did I miss something?
No,
But like,
no, someone's picking my mom brain.
oh no, is it my wife?
No.
Oh, okay. But like I said, I wanted to go into this movie, and I think you will share this as well. We knew it wasn't going to be great, but we were hoping it was going to be a lot better than it really was.
Okay, to be fair, you had higher expectations for this movie than I did.
I mean, I went in, I would think at 50%, and it was
I
under that 50%.
I was like at 30%. So like for me, it like hit where I thought it was gonna hit. I was hoping it would be much, much better. Like I went in hoping my expectations were way too low.
I feel like they opened up a paradox. Granted, we talked about this too. Paul kind of explained it to us, our friend. That
Okay, has anybody seen Dragon Ball Z? If you've seen Dragon Ball Z, then you know of the Trunks story in the Cell Saga. Doesn't open a paradox. Trunks assists, changes the future. No paradox. No multi-universe. No, nothing.
The Avengers screwed me up on that, by the way.
I'm aware. I'm aware, but not it's unfortunately that's what this is. It's more like a Trunks scenario than
Yeah, which once he explained it,
a
because
Captain America scenario.
I have never seen DBZ, so I can't say you're right or say you're wrong. I could just okay. I again, it made it so there was no consequences in this movie. She literally saves everybody. And I felt like that took away from the movie. Like, you just had all this shit happen. But yet you go back in time when you get back. Cool, great, you're fine. You'll just replace your people. But no, you call the father back. And then you call all your neighbors to get the heck out of the neighborhood. There were no consequences in this movie. Because you three people are the only one, and the dog, are the only ones that experienced any of that. Sorry, my rant is over.
No, that's okay. Because I feel like it's within her character in this movie to call everyone to warn them. I do think it's within her character to do that because she's friends with everybody. Um, what I don't agree with is that not that there isn't no consequences for her, but like there don't seem to be any repercussions for what happened. Like all of a sudden she's living in this nice big house.
Well, she wrote the book. She wrote a book on what happened.
Yeah,
And it probably
which is
sold
great.
bonkers.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know that we had a time skip that you didn't really know it was a time skip until you saw where they were and what was going on. I don't know. It was a little weird.
Yeah, I hope our next movie's a lot better than this one, which I don't even have a clue what our next movie's going to be.
I haven't even looked, which is probably bad form on mine. I keep sending you movies that we need to go see, which is part of the problem.
Yeah, you do. And I keep adding it to the list, and I keep forgetting to save the freaking list.
Oh my god, why do you keep doing that?
Because I'm so used to just having it save on its own after I make an edit, and it hasn't been doing.
Ooh.
But
There's
yeah,
a live action animation hybrid comedy called Coyote versus Acme.
I thought that got pushed back.
This says it's coming out this year. So hold on a second. I gotta stop a crying kid.
But yeah, if we're going out of 10s here, this movie is a solid 3.
I'll give it a 4.
Ballpark.
Because again, I enjoyed it for probably 3/4 of the movie. And then really glad I've learned self-control because I almost started yelling throughout the movie to the boy, going, "Jump! Why are you waiting? What are you doing? Just jump! You see the bubble, it appears, you jump."
And
It's okay.
the sad part is he was timing that out.
Yeah, he was, and he failed at the timing.
And at that point, they should have just left him.
I will pass on that movie. So it looks like Coyote versus Acme is coming out August 28th,
I don't see
along
it
with the
anyway.
Dog Stars post-apocalyptic survival drama. I don't know how up to date that is. It's AI overview.
Yeah, I don't see it at all on AMC.
Hold on. You probably wouldn't.
Well, it's only coming soon.
Well, we'll definitely be going to see Avengers Doomsday. Oh, nope, I found it. It's on Fandango. Opens 8/28.
Interesting.
It's playing at the AMC Danbury.
Maybe it's a limited release.
Maybe.
All right, well, I got nothing else. We've kind of buried this movie enough. Got anything
And I
else
want
to
to go
say on
see
it?
the. Nope, because I just want to go see the Magic Faraway Tree so I can watch Spider Man.
All right,
No
everybody.
questions, no
Yep.
comments.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Check out our merch store. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. We will see you next week for our D23 episode.
Boop boop.